My name is Nguyễn Bá from Vietnam. My presentation today is about democracy index as a social entropy function. And my presentation consists of 4 parts as shown on the screen. First, 2 properties of the entropy function. Second, social indicators. Third, democracy index as a function of social entropy. Fourth, social ranking according to democracy index, social entropy. Slide 2. 2 properties of the entropy function. The concept of entropy, denoted as, was proposed by Rudolf Clausius in 1850. Entropy is a function of the state of a system. According to Clausius, in an isolated system, entropy is always increasing during the evolution of the system. For example, when the system moves from state ST1 to state ST2, then the entropy ST2 is always greater than the entropy at ST1. End state entropy minus initial state entropy is greater than and equal to 0. The sign equal to is used when the system is in equilibrium. In general, delta S is greater than and equal to 0. In fact, not only isolated system but also open system, which exchange matter and energy with the outside, have an increase in entropy. Because all evolving systems, open systems, all use free energy to do work, A. According to the law 1 of thermodynamics, free energy can never be totally transferred to become work A, but is always lost apart. That wasted energy increases the entropy of the system. Therefore, whether an isolated system or an open system obeys the inequality, delta S is greater than and equal to 0. In 1870, Ludwig Boltzmann proposed the concept of statistical entropy to describe the microstate of a system. Accordingly, at a certain time, if the components of the system have higher degrees of freedom, the greater the entropy. Thus, entropy has 2 meanings. First, expression of the evolutionary trend of a system, which is always increasing. Second, expression of degrees of freedom of the components in the systems. Slide 3. Social indicators. To evaluate society in a certain aspect, people use index. Popular social indicators: GDP per capita, HDI, Human Development Index, SPI, Social Progress Index, Gini, Inequality Index, DI, Democracy Index. Of these index, only the Democracy Index satisfies 2 factors. First, indicate the freedom of individuals in the system, society. Second, always increasing in the process of social evolution. Slide 4. Slide 4. The increase in DI during social evolution. Data from the website on the screen shows over the past 200 years, human society has developed in the direction of increasing democracy, as demonstrated by an increase in the democracy index, DI, and an increase in the number of countries with democracy institutions. Third, DI increases during social evolution. Slide 5. Compare the entropy S and the democracy index DI. Entropy S has two properties. First, indicates the degree of freedom of the constituents in the system. And second, indicate the evolutionary trend of a system. Delta S is greater than or equal to 0. The DI democracy index has two characteristics similar to entropy. First, indicates the degree of freedom of the individual in society, and second, indicate the trend of social evolution, always increasing, that is, DI is greater than or equal to 0. Therefore, DI is seen as a function of social entropy and can be used to compare the evolutionary levels of countries. Slide 6. 4 country groups according to DI. Group A. DI is greater than 8. Includes countries with fully democratic institutions. Group B. DI from A to 6, including defective democracies. Group C. DI from 6 to 4, including countries with mixed institutions. Group D, DI from 4 to 0, including autocratic, authoritarian countries. Slide 7. Trend of social evolution. Picture in slide 7 shows 4 social groups according to increasing DI index. Therein, the group with the lowest DI includes many African countries and socialist countries. The group with the greatest DI includes countries in Australia, Northern Europe, and North America. Those are capitalist countries. Because society evolves toward increasing DI, delta DI is greater than and equal to 0. So the evolutionary path of human society is in the direction from Group D to Group A. Socialist countries in Group D. So socialism is not the evolutionary direction of human society. Slide 9. Conclusion. The democracy index DI as a function of social entropy. DI can be used to compare the evolution of societies. Human society evolved towards increasing DI. Socialist countries have a low DI that is not the evolutionary direction of human society.